welcome to episode 389 of the AllYouCanHear podcast. My name is Wenzel, and joining me today are my two other co-hosts.
Oh, fuck. It's me. I was waiting for Tanner for some reason. It's always me.
Why?
Yeah. Get your bitching out. It sounds like my wife.
We had an argument about this the last banter episode with Tanner, where Tanner tried to go, but then you went and you got angry at him.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? Colt, you're here all the time. You have you probably have more podcast episodes under your belt than 99.9% of the planet.
Sure, I'll pick up toilet paper.
And God forbid, I didn't do a fucking intro.
Anyways, my name's Colt, and also I'm Death Stranding in my pants.
Whoa. And my name's Tanner 2.
Seventh Extinction.
Tanner 2 on the beach.
Asylum for
Tanner 2 on the beach.
Why'd they get rid of that subtitle? I wonder.
They didn't.
Did they not?
No.
Oh, shit.
Why did you think they got rid of the subtitle?
Why would they?
Okay, shut the fuck up for a second.
Hey, get his ass, Wenzel. What? Y'all wasn't here for pre-podcast. There was no Chalupa pre-show this week, but Wenzel was just roasting Colt.
What the fuck's a Chalupa pre-show?
That's literally what the fucking episode.
We did it like 3 weeks ago.
Like
the Chalupa pre-show.
That's too long ago.
Okay. It says the guy who said that he can remember exactly when he played video games at 2 years old can't remember 3 weeks ago when we did the Chalupa pre-show.
Oh, yeah.
I remember video games when I was 1, but God forbid you ask me a core memory with my friends that happened this month.
I would not say that's a core memory.
Fuck yourself!
We do that all the time.
Go to hell, Colt!
Whatever. That was a core memory. My bad. I didn't know podcasting was so low on your priorities.
Core memory. I got a core memory in my pants. Yeah, it's the poop from the Death Stranding in my pants.
Oh my god. What I was gonna say though is that everywhere I saw Death Stranding talk, they just called it Death Stranding 2. They didn't use the subtitle. Thank you, Colt.
Then why couldn't you fucking connect the dots?
Official news information. Official news reports, you fucking asshole.
More balls.
What's so funny is I know y'all have hung out multiple times since that Death Stranding 2 trailer, and I'm just curious how this part never came up. Where Wenzel's like, yeah, that's crazy they got rid of the subtitle.
Because to be honest, I only saw the skeets. So I don't know. I haven't watched the trailer or anything because I was warned there's spoilers in it. Yeah, so that's why I don't know.
Hey, Wenzel, as somebody that didn't play Death Stranding 1, couldn't tell you what they fucking were.
I mean, I've played a little bit of Death Stranding.
If you've played a little bit and you know like anything about anything really in it, you will be.
But Wenzel, you missed the part where they fucking seatbelt the puppet man into a seat.
All right, give me 20 minutes.
No,
it's only 10.
Give me 20 minutes to watch this little puppet guy.
Well, I won't spoil the also, the trailer's like 2 weeks old at this point by the time this episode comes out.
Oh yeah, Wenzel should have beaten it by now.
That's not what I'm saying, because as somebody that's never even launched the game, despite owning it on 2 systems, it's pretty crazy. I think I don't know, man. Like, I've watched a lot of Kojima trailers in my time, and I was watching that, and I'm like, wow, he did it. Wenzel, have you seen anything from the trailer?
Yeah, like, I've seen they added Solid Snake.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Did you see that he just made Snake?
Yeah,
again,
with the pretty famous actor Luca Martinelli. Dude looks awesome. And then
he said he used him because he wanted him to outdo Snake.
Like that's freaking crazy. And then the Metal Gears are in the game as well.
Yeah, basically it's Metal Gear Rex, not Rex. Is it Rex? It's one of them. There's so many fucking of them.
There's
so
Rex,
many fucking of them.
There's Sahelanthropus. There's a bunch. So, yeah. And then I saw where oh gosh, I never remember his name, but he was in Eternals. He was in, I think, Train to Busan, and he's in other stuff. He's in there as well. He played Gilgamesh in the Eternals.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's in there. I'm like, damn, like this is cool. There was a person in there who, as far as I know, isn't Julia Garner, but she looks exactly like Julia Garner, and I'm like
Julia Garner.
Like, who is this?
Dude, I don't know. What? Here's what's crazy to me is that game is releasing in the middle of the fucking summer.
Best time to do so, because the last half of this year is gonna be a war zone.
It's crazy because it's like Colt said, it's the best time, and also too with a game that's a lot about travel. I think it just fits like aesthetically and like seasonally to be during the summer.
Plus, it's on the beach.
It's on the beach, so
yeah. I mean, I agree with that. It's just weird. Like I've never seen like, because for all intents and purposes, this is probably going to be Sony's biggest game of the year. Probably. I know Ghost of Yotei is still slated for 2025, but
I don't think it'll be their biggest. Like you said, I think Ghost of Yotei is going to come out, but it will be big because from what I've gotten from the trailer, it feels like the emphasis of delivery is not really like delivering packages in the in-game world. It's not the focus this time around. Like combat is actually going to be more than it was in the first game.
I don't care about it. I don't care.
What?
Wenzel wants to be a UPS man. Wenzel wants to work for Die Hard Man's UPS. Which, oh my god, did I learn something about Die Hard Man?
Don't spoil it for Wenzel.
Is it a spoiler?
100%, because all Die Hard Men stuff is at the very end of the game.
Okay, well, I'm not.
And it's like one of the best dialogues I've ever heard in a video game.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but let me just say, I can't believe he did it. I can't. It's such a crazy.
Look, I swear to God,
Kojima's so fucking cool.
My plan for next month is Death Stranding is going to be my project game for April. Like I want to play it all month and I want to beat it in April. That's one of my personal projects this year.
It's my project right now. I'm currently 8 chapters into it. I'm on Hartman's chapter out of 14. This game is so fucking good. I guess I'm more appreciative now than I was when it first came out, because Are you
playing Director's Cut?
Yes.
Have you ever played Director's Cut?
No.
Okay.
But it is the definitive version. Do not play the base, because this is better in every way. But they did remove monsters, the monster energy. It's now a generic Bridges energy. But it's still a fantastic game. 60 FPS, 4K, BB my boy, Guillermo del Toro, everything. It's reliving a beautiful, beautiful moment in time that feels like it was only maybe 2 years ago, but no, it was 6 when I first played it.
This Stranding come out before COVID?
Yeah.
2019. I guess. Yeah, God. Holy shit. Yeah, I guess 2019 was 6 years ago. Good Lord. That's sickening.
Yeah, I don't like to think about it. I don't like to think about anything.
I desperately want to play Death Stranding.
It's not for everyone, as you've learned over the years. Not a lot of people like it, I would say.
But I know the base version was really divisive, but I feel like a lot of people that played the director's cut came around on it more.
Yeah.
It's not like they change any story beats or gameplay loop. It's mostly quality of life stuff that the director's cut added.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with Tanner, because ever since the director's cut's been out, and like especially this year, I've seen more people who said that like when originally Death Stranding came out, they didn't get it, they didn't like it, but now that there's like been time removed from it, they actually love it. It's kind of like annoying, but then it's also like, well, at least it's finally getting the love and appreciation it deserved.
I'm sorry, Death Stranding, just main objectives, is a 40-hour game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And it's got me hooked every goddamn second. I've been thinking about this game when I'm out at work. I'm thinking about playing Death Stranding. It's got me, and I already know what's gonna happen. It's so goddamn good. I'm kind of annoyed that Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out tonight as of recording, because I'm like, God, I want to play that really bad too, but I kind of Death Stranding.
Well, don't worry, Ubisoft is being ruined by woke, so
I'm probably gonna play just Assassin's Creed tonight, anyways, because it does look really good.
It's a good one, from everything I've read.
Same. I've heard people have invested more time in this than any Assassin's Creed they've ever played, so I think that's pretty sick.
I wish there was a white guy with a sword.
Right?
I don't feel represented. Why don't they represent the white man in Japan?
I have often wondered that. I think when I look at anime and I think, yeah, this is cool, but what if they look just like me? What if
can't relate to this?
What if Piccolo just looked like me?
Goku doesn't look white. To be fair, Goku doesn't look like anything. He looks like a freak.
He does look like a freak. By the way, I'm not going to spoil anything here, but y'all got to watch Dragon Ball Daima.
I know.
Holy shit.
I know.
My favorite Dragon Ball thing ever. I think I'm comfortable in saying it's my favorite Dragon Ball thing ever.
I'm really interested in it.
Super Saiyan 4 is canon. Oh fuck! I just spoiled for people that haven't watched it. But Wenzel and I know. Wenzel and I know.
I feel like. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you should watch it. But here's the thing: I was spoiled of that before watching it, and it doesn't ruin your enjoyment.
Oh no, I don't think it will, because Super Saiyan 4 is that awesome.
I already knew that as well. So
it's more so for the listener if they didn't want to.
No, I understand, but I just
they gave Goku big ass hands.
Hell yeah,
for some reason,
because Monkey's got big hands.
I mean, honestly, probably yeah, but it was so jarring when it happened the first time and he was still in kid mode. I'm like, his hands are so disproportional to the rest of his body.
It'd be funny if Tanner says that and we're thinking, oh, it's probably like a little thing or whatever, but then it's like his hands are as big as like Ludacris in that one music video.
Oh no.
That's literally what I was thinking of when I was watching it. I'm like, oh my God. And they make like several points to draw attention to his hands. And you're just like, God damn, they're big.
It's ludicrous.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm. Have y'all seen the State Farm commercial with Ludacris?
Ludacris, yes.
Yeah. It's always it played at the theaters a lot.
Oh yeah, I guess it did.
It's ludicrous. But yeah, no, I have a bunch of personal projects I want to get to this year. I'm pretty pumped. I just I need to get started on some and work on others. But that reminds me. Speaking of currently, because I wanna beat it before April so that I can dedicate all of April to Death Stranding, and that's Indiana Jones. I kind of been putting it off for like 2 weeks now, but I finally got back into it last night, and still just having a blast with it. I currently have reached the point now in the game where you can go back and like revisit places. That's not really a spoiler. I guess you have to go back for like if you miss anything, you can go back. So
you're getting pretty close to the end game, I'm assuming.
I'm getting See, I thought that, but then looking at my percentages, I'm getting fairly close. I'll just say that. I'm getting fairly close, but it's just so funny because now I'm at a point in the game where I really don't have to sneak around anymore. I'll go into a camp and then I'll just literally look at everybody and I'm like, man, fuck this. And I'll just murder everybody in the camp. I don't care anymore.
Wow, interesting. Just like Indiana Jones.
I was like, man, I have a taste for blood, and it's fine because they're fascists.
This college professor was a mass murderer.
Awesome. It's okay. It's war. It's well, World War II is about to start. It's war technically.
You should stop that.
They're fascists. It was really funny though because there's a part in the game where one of your companion character, again, this isn't a spoiler, your companion character is like, if this keeps getting worse, this is going to start another world war. And I was like, fuck off.
That's awesome.
Doing the JD Vance Once Upon a Time in Hollywood pointing at the TV meme.
I was like, whatever. But to be fair, that was generally the thoughts of people back then. So it's not too far off. It was just funny to hear it. Yeah, no, it was just so funny because last night I was in a spot where there was a camp full of I think 25 or 30 guys, and I just said fuck it. And there's a pile because they're stupid. The AI is stupid, so you can literally just kind of bottleneck them. There's an isolated part where they can't climb or anything, so they'll just come through this door. There's a pile of just bodies outside this door, and after I get done just brutally murdering all these guys, I read all their letters saying, "Oh, I miss you, my wife, how the kids are doing," and I just giggle a little.
It's so funny because everybody I've heard talk about this game, they're like, yeah, it's super stealthy and I only fired my gun one time in the whole game, and you have Wenzel going I killed every single enemy I saw.
I mean, it's machine games. That's the only way I want to play their game.
Yeah, it's
known for killing.
No. Yes, sure, but it's just funny because the character of Indiana Jones again is not this mass murderer. Indiana Jones has 900 kills under his belt. Indiana Jones
still doesn't really. Killing doesn't really affect him. He'll do it.
I mean, he did it some,
but he's not a mass murdering action hero.
Yeah,
I mean, if there was treasure to earn, he would.
No. No, he doesn't.
That belongs in a museum.
You've seen all the movies. You know that's just not.
That belongs in a museum.
That's not true, because
that belongs in a museum.
Literally, the woman. Because in the last movie before Crystal Skull, The Last Crusade, the woman who is a Nazi who betrays him, he tries to save her, but she's the one that wants. Because he values human life.
Fuck that. Kill all these bitches. Give me
it belongs to Colt just screaming it belongs in a museum.
To be fair, I agree because I killed everybody in these camps.
That's fucking crazy.
No, it's so funny though because I'll walk around and I'll see all these entry points for you to stealth walk around, and I say, man, I could have done that. But it would have probably been a little easier, but it's not too hard when you get this close to the end because you have so many upgrades and stuff. Now your gun only holds 12 bullets, so I have to make my shots count. But what I do is that if you're fighting a bunch of guys with guns, if you kill them, you can just take their gun and that's also another thing too. These guys are bullet sponges, so you take their guns that do 25 bullets or whatever. You're going to be going through the whole gun on 2 dudes. So I'm swapping through these guys' guns, but you can pick up anything and use as a weapon. So I'll just be grabbing just random shit and just bashing these guys' heads in.
Indiana Jones killing 4 people with a frying pan.
Yes, you can. You can do that.
I know.
Now to be fair, when you do that, you're technically knocking them out. But the thing is there's a part where you can do a special takedown with a sledgehammer, where you just literally knock the dude over and just let the hammer fall on the guy's head. I'm like, that's gonna kill a guy. Indiana Jones is a murderer. Well, again, these guys are fascists, so it's okay.
Yeah,
also, you're controlling them.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just so funny how literally everybody I've heard talk about this game is I found it really interesting because you don't have to fire your gun the whole time. And then Wenzel's I've killed every enemy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I have Bloodlust, and it doesn't stop.
That's incredible. I know this isn't a gamer episode for gamers, but I have actually beaten 2 video games since the last time I was on the podcast.
Thank God it was video games.
What is that? Jesus Christ.
Good Lord. But I've beat 2 video games since the last time I was on this program. I'll start with a weird one it's not weird, but one I'm pretty sure I've talked about on the podcast before. WarioWare Twisted. I finally beat, and let me tell you, that final mini game can go to hell.
Oh,
yeah. Just,
you do know it's a holy day, right?
Oh, fuck. Shit. Yeah, you're right. It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm missing potluck at church.
Oh, no.
But, anyways. So the last mini game of the game. So what happens is before your last set of mini games, Wario turns into Wario Man, which if you've ever played Smash Brothers, is his ultimate in Smash Brothers where he turns.
Is he a kid?
No. Wario Man's the superhero persona of Wario.
Makes sense.
Where he's in like the purple spandex suit. Again, it's like his ult in Smash. Or at least was. The last mini game though of his set is called Wario de Mambo. And so originally when this game came out on GBA, it came with like a rumble pack sort of deal for your cartridge, because like the whole gimmick of the game is movement, like pretty much motion controls, but like with your Game Boy. And that's never been possible for like emulators until like your phone was able to emulate stuff, because it just uses like the gyro stuff inside of your phone. So it's really cool, and I highly recommend playing WarioWare Twisted on Delta emulator if you have an iPhone or an Android or whatever. But Wario de Mambo is such a precise mini game. I had to look up a strategy guide of how to beat this video game because it has such bullshit rules that you just would not know unless you looked it up. Like in the strategy guide, it's like, yeah, you actually want to start moving before the countdown's over, even though it says that you're going to get flagged as being wrong. It's actually the only way you can beat the level. And it took me about 2 hours over 2 days to beat it, because there's like 6 rounds of it and it gets progressively harder. So like one of the things will be like tip to the left, tip to the right, and you have to do it in time with the 2 dancers and to the beat of the music. So it's like tip to the left, tip to the right. And then the next one would be like tip left quick, right, tip left. And then you'll do that. And then eventually like the last one is like tip left, jump, tip right, jump, tip left, tip right, jump, tip left. And it's like 15 inputs. But holy shit, I beat it. And that is a goddamn video game. Let me tell you. Highly recommend WarioWare Twisted. For all my and it's super short. Once you like from time of beginning to get to Wario de Mambo would probably take you like 2 to 3 hours, and then Wario de Mambo can take however long it takes you. But then you hit credits and you feel good. Another game I beat. I know 2 games, crazy. Can't say I haven't beat any games. I started on a Thursday and I beat it on a Sunday. Was Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, which is a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald, done in the art style of the Gen 2 games, Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and a ton of quality of life improvements, mainly like all Pokemon Gens 1 to 3 are available to you, like in the wild and such. The gym leaders are a little bit tougher. They cut out a lot of the annoying surfing and dive sections, so you don't have to spend so much time in the water, which is nice, because in like base game Emerald, or really in base game Ruby and Sapphire, you're surfing and diving a fucking ton.
Those parts.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
I said I liked them.
Colt said he liked them.
Oh, I thought you said you hate those parts. Yeah, so annoying. I agree with Colt. But I beat the whole game in 12 hours. 12 and a half hours. And it's just Pokemon Emerald is a great game. I have been on that game's high horse for 20 years. But Emerald Sea Glass is such a good way to play it, just with that like fun, like Game Boy Color aesthetic. Like I said, the trainers are a little bit more It's not a hard game per se, but it is a little tougher than base Emerald. Like they've changed, like the Team Aqua and Team Magma grunts just don't have like Poochyena and Zubats. Like they actually have like type appropriate Pokemon. Like the first Team Aqua grunt you fight, like in the Petalburg Woods, has a Whelmer. Yeah, it has Kyogre. No, but it has a Whelmer.
Wow, that's
but yeah, big. It's just a good ass game. I'm probably gonna play more. I really want to see what the Battle Frontier looks like in this ROM hack. I'm really interested in that, and I have a urge to complete the Pokedex because again, like with this being a ROM hack, there's items in the game, so like Pokemon that evolve through trading or such, like there's just items to help them evolve. Like I have a Gengar on my team that I evolve using an item called a linking cord that you can just find in the world. I also have an Electivire on my team, which once you get to like Lily Cove, you can just, or Mosty, one of those, you can just buy an item and like it will evolve. I mean, it's great. Like just the quality of life improvements alone, like make it a ROM hack worth playing. But like the added art style of it, because it's not just like the game took the sprites from Crystal for the Kanto and Johto Pokemon. These are like original sprites. Plus they did all the sprite work for all the Gen 3 Pokemon as well. It's super cool. And I mean, again, Hoenn Gen 3 to me, I don't know if Gen 3 would be my favorite gen of Pokemon, but it definitely has the best music.
I don't agree.
It rocks. You should play it.
Gen 4 is better.
Shut your mouth. Gen 4 is not better music-wise than Gen 3.
100%. It is so much better.
Wait a minute. I won't answer this question. What is everybody's favorite gen of Pokemon?
4.
Okay.
Like, what are we judging it on? Like, game?
Just your favorite gen. Just your favorite gen. It doesn't have to be the game specific.
4.
Because I know you said that you love Emerald so much, but you said that Gen 3 really isn't your favorite. But
yeah, I go back and forth between Gen 2 and Gen 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I really love Crystal specifically. I plan on there's a YouTuber whose name I can't remember. I think their name is like Smithy Pokemon or something like that. But they've made a series of 3 ROM hacks. Pokemon Yellow Legacy, Crystal Legacy, and Emerald Legacy, where like they just went through and like reworked the whole game to make those games just like way better, make them competitive, add a ton of quality of life changes. I really want to go through and play Yellow. I want to play all 3 of them, but I can't play another version of Emerald like immediately after playing Emerald. So I really want to play Yellow Legacy because it's probably been the longest since I've touched a Gen 1 game. I'd say at this point, it's probably been like 10 or 12 years since I've played like Gen 1 Pokemon. But yeah, that was my gamer update. Hope you all enjoyed that.
I did enjoy it. You've beaten 2 games. That's really cool. I've beaten 1 game this month, as everybody already knows. We did an episode about it, Split Fiction. Go check it out. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Everybody's just beating games. Go to the episode is going to be 10 hours long.
Maybe if I'm on track to do what I want to do, like I'm pretty pumped. Speaking of game stuff, still, recently finally the new Silent Hill was announced. I just wanted to talk about it real quick because it was pretty fucking sick to see. It's Silent Hill F, and it is it takes place in 1960s Japan in a town that is engulfed by a fog, like usual Silent Hill fashion, and the trailer was pretty fucking crazy. I'm excited for this. I meant to watch it again before this, but I never got the chance. But from what I remember, just especially that last scene with the girl's face falling off, that was pretty crazy. This looks really cool, and I love it with like 1960s Japan like film. So like exploring this period has me very interested with all this like, Silent Hill-esque aesthetics and body horror and just craziness.
I agree. I've only watched the trailer once in a movie theater with no sound.
God, it was so funny because Colt's like, I'm gonna watch this trailer right now with no sound. I was like,
we're halfway through a movie.
Well, no. Oh, yeah.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. Yeah. Sorry.
I wouldn't be serious. That'd be evil.
I was about to say, you really turned it on in the middle of a movie?
No. But then I told him, like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch it when I get home. But then I like just sneak my eyes over and I'm like, okay, I'm watching it. With no sound, but it was still very cool. Yeah.
It looks great. It reminds me of Silent Hill 2, the remake. It's made. I don't know if I don't think it's Bloober, but it still looks really good.
Yeah, just a pretty cool week in terms of like these game announcements between this and Death Stranding. I just wanted to bring those two up for this episode. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've been really. I don't know. It's just something in the air about video. I think. I know what it is. It's the Switch 2 stuff. I'm so excited to finally see like what Nintendo has been cooking with that thing. Like I don't know. I'm ecstatic for that direct in a couple of weeks.
I'm very curious.
By the time this comes out next week, which is insane. I'm so excited to see what that thing looks like. I'm just like I want to see the Joy-Cons act like mice. Like I want to see how Nintendo plans to utilize that, or like a third party. You like in my head, like a great way to use it is like, oh, Civ 7 coming to Switch 2, and you can use the Joy-Cons like a mouse. Like that sounds incredible to me. That sounds perfect.
I want to know really badly what's the backwards compatibility like and what is getting boosted.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'm hoping for a Xenoblade boost for every single one of the games. Even the fucking Xenoblade Chronicles X that came out today or tomorrow as of recording. Come on.
Well, apparently Nintendo, it runs great on Switch 1. So,
I mean, it should. It was a Wii U game.
It was a Wii U game. So,
but also not be 720p, please. Don't be 720p.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for the Switch 2. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what Microsoft is wanting to do with this like Xbox handheld thing. Like, I'm excited to see that. I don't know.
It's also just a crazy year. Big games coming out. Little games that seem really cool coming out as well.
Mm-hmm. I got a whole slew of little games on Steam that I grabbed during the spring. I haven't been able to play them yet, but I got a whole slew of games ready to be played. Spring sale on Steam. So next time we do something like this, you'll maybe hear me talk about them. Also, I've still been playing a shit ton of Balatro, but
God, there was oh man, there was something I was gonna say that was very delicate and hanging on a thread. It was hanging by a thread, and I've completely forgotten it now. Fuck.
Damn.
It shattered.
Yeah.
You could say you left it stranded.
Oh wow, you
on the bitch.
Thank you, Tanner. No, so Death Stranding, as much as I am excited for it, I'm also kind of bummed out because if anybody remembers from our Fantasy League episode for video games this year, I counterbid Colt because I didn't think Death Stranding 2 was going to come out this year. But then, as you guys know, 2 weeks, I guess, since, or maybe a little over a week since it was announced, the official release date, and I was screaming. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I am going to fucking die I'm going to lose this. I'm glad I won the Oscars though. I'm glad that.
Yeah, Wenzel did. Which Colt? We need to talk about when we're gonna watch Amelia Perez. If that's
sometime.
If that's something we want to do.
You guys are not pussing out on this.
No, I fully intend on watching it.
No,
hey, no, did you watch Sextuplets after the Letterboxd game?
I know you're not a pussy, Tanner. I know, but Colt is.
No, I'm not. I watch my movies for the most part. I forgot about the last 2 Letterboxd games, but whatever.
Yeah, and I watched 4, stacked them all in a day. So
after 2 years?
Eat a dick.
I was trying to see if Adam Fall reviews were out yet, because
it'll come out next week with the embargo.
Damn, I was really hoping, because Wenzel picked that game and I counterpicked it, so I was seeing if there was any. There's a bunch of previews out. Yeah, it comes out next week.
Yep.
You're gonna get hit with some negative points. Not much. I can see it being high 70s, low 80s.
Well, that's all. I didn't expect to pick a game that we chose in the first 6 rounds to go below a 70, but
you fuckers need to start fucking buying some games. I bought another game. Well, I have a bid on another game. I'm not gonna say what it is on this episode.
I'm wait. I don't want to fill up my plate because, hey, in a couple weeks when that Switch 2 stuff happens, yeah, I'll be bidding.
I keep forgetting, because every time I remember when I try to get on there, I keep forgetting to do it on my phone, because I can't do it on my computer, because for some reason it won't show me the tab to pick it. It will only cut off to where it won't let me scroll down all the way. It's so annoying. And I know I can do it on my phone. I think I can. But I just keep forgetting.
You should be able to. Yeah. Also, I have bid and picked up a game since we drafted. I picked up Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Honestly, I'm
just worried about my counterpicks.
Yeah, I still don't. I mean, your counterpick of Civ 7 ended up kind of working out for you, only being it's just funny that because none of Colt's games have come out yet, so Colt just has -9 points.
I was at -11, but some of your games went down.
Yeah, Civ 7 went down 2 points. But yeah, I'm waiting the Switch 2 reveal. I plan on picking up a few things. They'll end up showing at that, and then I'll probably save a couple spots open for Summer Games Fest.
Hey, that reminds me. Also, news outlets were like, possibly an Oblivion drop news is going to be coming. It's like, it's like, who called that?
It's first of all, it's not like you called it.
I called it. What? No. What do you have against me, Tanner? Huh? I called it. It's on the episode. It's on.
Hold up. I'm getting a phone call from Mr. Musk.
We have audio evidence of me saying Oblivion.
No, yes, we do have that. You didn't call it though,
but I did.
Okay. Hey, you know what, Wenzel? I'll let you have it.
Hey, you know what? Death Stranding 2 is coming out.
When it comes out and gets an 84 on Metacritic, I'll be so happy for you.
Two victories this year: Oscars and you letting me have Oblivion.
Are you gonna play it when it comes out next month?
I am 100%.
I never said that.
Wenzel hates Bethesda.
I'm just saying, at the time of recording, Oblivion turns 19 years old tomorrow.
That'd be a good time to announce it.
Yeah, crazy. I saw that. I was like, that would make so much sense, but I don't know what they're gonna do.
Be pretty crazy.
But I don't know. I don't know anything. I just called it out of my mind.
Yeah, I fucking hear you.
On a different note, though, speaking of not really releases, because this actually did come out, Mayhem by Lady Gaga. I've been wanting to get Tanner's thoughts for this.
You're gonna hate me.
I don't think he will.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now we can hate. I thought you were gonna say I didn't like it.
No, I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't have hated you if you said that, because I'm not saying I hate it. So I'll go ahead and talk about my thoughts since I have those. It's nothing too crazy, but I put this up on my Wenzel's Essentials Bluesky of how I felt about about every song. It's 14 tracks, and I only end up liking. Oh wait, hold on. 1, 2,
11.
5.
Oh.
I only liked 5 songs out of a 14 track album.
Yeah, it's not a bad album. It's just it sounds too generic. It sounds like generic Lady Gaga, basically. That's not what I want from her. Her last album was way better than this one.
Well, yes, actually, I didn't like Chromatica either.
Was what?
But yeah, I said that. I talked about this forever ago. I didn't really like Chromatica.
Say the F word.
But now, okay, so if we're talking about rating wise, I give Chromatica a 6. I give Mayhem like a 4 or 5, somewhere around there. So I say that I still like Chromatica more than this, but like Colt says, it's very generic. And that's what's kind of disappointing for me personally, is that, you know, she's such a pop culture icon, willing to do weird stuff, and also just such a trailblazer. So it's like, why didn't she go more weird or more crazy with this? I mean, and again, I still liked 5 songs. I liked Abracadabra. I actually thought Perfect Celebrity was really cool. Vanish Into You was a very good like ballad. Killa is a fun little bop, and then Don't Call Tonight was fine, but there's this really cool like I think this is it. I think this has a really cool like electronic kind of sound distortion that voice Lady Gaga uses that sounded really cool. But for the most part, everything was just very like you have like 3 songs on here that are just the same thing. They just talk about the same thing. Like it's just over and over and over. And then it was funny though, because towards the end, Blade of Grass and Die with a Smile feel very much like Joanne era of Gaga with how country it is. And when I first heard Blade of Grass, I was like, God damn, this sucks. But then I was like, oh well, it fits because it leads immediately into Die with a Smile with Bruno Mars, and I hate that song.
It's not a good song.
If the world divides, oh my god, I fucking hate that song.
But it's got 2 billion fucking listens.
I don't give a shit.
That makes me so mad, and the reason why too it's so big is because of TikTok. Yeah, I listened to it before TikTok. I hated it, but then TikTok took it, and it's just like I hear it all the time now. I'm like, this is so fucking annoying. It's so bad. I hate it so much. It was very disappointing for me personally. So those are my Mayhem thoughts. Sorry, monsters.
Not that crazy. If you ask me, there's no Mayhem at all.
I think it was crazier that you said Chromatica was only a 6.
I think so too. That feels extremely homophobic.
That's literally a personal attack on Patrick, and I don't know any other way to say it.
It's all right. I've only liked 1 song from Chromatica.
What?
Okay. Wow.
Say the F word. I'll say it again. You say it.
That sounds so disjointed when I say I only liked 1 song, even though I gave it a 6. Maybe I need to go.
Yeah, sorry. You got to go back. I was going to say, I've got like 11 songs of the 16 added to my playlist.
The only song I love is Babylon. That's the only song that I go back to over and over and over. Everything else, I'm just like, okay, this is fine. This is good. You know, I'm not crazy on it. I'm just like, it's fine. I don't know. Maybe I need to revisit it. I love the aesthetics though. I will never disparage that. That will never change for me. I love the costume and aesthetics for Chromatica. Chromatica is really sick for that.
Yeah, you straight man. Because I'm clicking through the songs right now. I'm like, all right, let's see. No, this is fucking certified banger. 911, Enigma, Plastic Doll, fun tonight. Free Woman. I love this album.
Yeah, maybe you should listen to. Can I talk about an album actually that I have listened to a few times since I talked about it and I've come around on maybe being an all around banger.
Sure.
Just real quick, Chromacopia. I've come completely around on. When Wenzel and I streamed Black Ops, I guess it would have been in December, I guess, when it came out.
Came out in November.
Or November.
Dumbass.
Well, I was talking about when Chromacopia came out.
Oh, dumbass.
Yeah, dumbass. And I said it was good, but nothing was really blowing me away. No, I've listened to that album like 7 or 8 times all the way through, and it's not my favorite Tyler, which is still Flower Boy. But goddamn, if it's not a strong number 2.
Dude, I
think it's my second favorite Tyler album.
I can't remember what I said about it at the time, but I have also gone back and listened to it, and I'm like, damn, like this is like the more I listen to it, I'm like, this is so strong. I still feel again, I don't remember what I had, but my current like rating for it still stands of it being like an 8 out of 10 or 4 out of 5 stars. It's just it's such a strong. There's still that one song I don't like on it. That I'm blanking on right now, but for the most part, I'm like, man, like Chromacopia is really good, and
so
now,
good.
If we were to rank like currently, like I still, because I was also thinking about that the other day, I think I still like Igor and Flower Boy are kind of neck and neck now, because I've also gone back and listened to Igor. I'm like, Igor's so fucking good, and then Chromacopia is third because I still haven't listened to Call Me If You Get Lost.
Need to listen to it. I listened to it recently, and it holds up.
I know. I need to listen to it, but that's currently where I hold it at. It's really good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I haven't really thought about it, and it kind of happened on accident. I'm like, oh, I want to listen to this song from Chromacopia. I want to listen to Sticky. Oh, I want to listen to Like Him. Oh, I want to listen to Chromacopia. And then I would just like let the album play through, and like I did that a few times, and it was like literally last week. I'm like, I think I really fucking love this whole album.
yeah, because I remember going through like people's lists, and people had like Chromacopia in their like top 10, top 20 lists. I'm like, I don't know if I really feel that strongly about Chromacopia to like agree with it being up there. But then now I've listened to it, I'm like, actually, fuck, like it's definitely up there with being one of the best albums of 2024.
Yeah,
very good,
fantastic. I wish I could have got tickets to see him live.
Was he coming somewhere close?
No, Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Him and Sabrina Carpenter just screwed me the fuck over.
They take your money, but you can't get a ticket.
Dude, the Sabrina Carpenter ticket situation, it was insane. That first of all, she's playing in that. So, in case y'all don't know, Sabrina Carpenter is doing like one last leg of her short and sweet tour, and she's doing like 13 shows in like 6 cities. And she was doing a doubleheader in Nashville. She was playing, first of all, in the middle of the fucking week. She was playing on a Tuesday and a Wednesday in Nashville.
Was it who would go to that? Die Hard, I know.
Well, I was trying to go to it because it's
and she's not a small artist at this point. I'd say she's up there with like,
she's huge. She's one of the biggest artists on the planet.
Yeah, she's up there with Taylor Swift and thems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chaperoning as well.
And it's the week of Riley's birthday, so I was like, oh great, well, we're gonna go to this. First of all, she's playing in Bridgestone Arena, which if you don't know is like a 17,000 seat venue in Nashville, which is fucking absurd. That she's not
Bridgestone tires.
And I understand that it's an arena tour, but goddamn, should she not be playing Nissan Stadium, which is where the Titans play and can hold like 70,000 people? This is where Taylor Swift played when she went to Nashville.
Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
I don't see the fun in going those types of concerts. It just feels like the only good tickets are fucking crazily priced.
Oh, sure.
And all the sitting in the stadium seats, that just seems like I could have just watched this on a live stream or something like that.
Okay, here's the thing, Colt. Remember, you can take breaks and try to figure out if your dad's a serial killer.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a Trap reference.
Yep.
Trap's a good movie.
It is.
Still haven't seen it.
But
anyways, so I joined the Team Sabrina club so I can get a pre-sale code.
How much was that?
That was nothing. That was just like
$135 a month.
It was like sign up with your email, give us your phone number, all that
SSN.
Shit. Yeah. So I do that so I can get the pre-sale code to buy tickets like 2 hours before general on sale. I don't know when was the last time y'all tried to buy tickets on Ticketmaster, but first of all,
never.
Oh my god,
it's a fucking scam. Second of
2018.
all, okay, so you don't know about this, but they do this thing now, especially for big shows, where they make you queue for tickets on a website.
God, I wish I had glass that I could shatter right here.
So I get in the queue. So first of all, I should reference that I was the designated person to try to get my sister-in-law Taylor Swift tickets. And for the Taylor Swift concert, when I got into the queue, I was like 65,000th in line.
I'd give up right there.
I'd give up.
And for the Sabrina Carpenter show, which again, let me remind you, 17,000 seat arena. And this is the pre-sale. So literally no one has had the chance to buy tickets yet. I get in the queue and I'm like 5,500th. I'm like, okay. I have a chance.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a chance here. So get through the queue. And mind you, I'm doing all this at work. I literally had to put on my calendar, do not bother me for these 30 minutes. Because I'm trying to get Sabrina Carpenter tickets. So I do that. I get through the queue. The cheapest ticket available. Because here's what these motherfuckers did, is these scalpers got in there, because it also popped up beforehand, and it was like, tickets for this event have been priced from $51 to $500. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. I'm like, $51 to get into the door, so you can probably get really good seats for like $200 a piece. And I'm like, that's fantastic. What these fucking scalpers do is they buy all the cheap seats first and then make them like premium ticket resale price.
Yep.
So I got in there and I was looking at the cheapest ticket available was 384 United States dollars. And I told Riley, I'm like, I love you. I'm not paying $850 to sit in literally the next from the top row of Bridgestone Arena. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But
scalpers are literally the Satan's nutsack hairs.
It sucks so much because like I was genuinely shocked that the tickets were like that affordable. I'm like, wow, you could like get front row at Sabrina Carpenter for like $500, which like, yeah, I would never pay that. But I'm like, that's still like kind of a steal, like considering she's like maybe at worst the third most famous artist in the world right now.
Yeah,
just currently. So I'm like, that's kind of a steal, because I bet you that's the last time that ticket is that cheap. But yeah, it's so annoying, man. Like you just priced out of going to like anything. Like at all. That was like I was looking at like WrestleMania ticket. I wasn't going to WrestleMania this year, but I was just curious how much tickets were. The cheapest set of tickets available for WrestleMania.
Oh, sorry, you cut out.
You cut out.
Oh, sorry. The cheapest WrestleMania tickets are like $1,600 for 2 seats. Just for reference, I went to WrestleMania 8 years ago and paid $125 for my seat, and I was like towards the bottom of like the middle section of
you
NFL
had good
stadium.
seats.
I had good ass
some
seats
good pictures
at that WrestleMania. I had good seats. Those same seats now would be like no shit, probably $1,200 or $1,300 a piece.
Ew.
Okay, screw that people can't afford milk and eggs. Why isn't Trump doing something about this?
Trump.
No, I'm joking. Obviously, it's just that's okay. That's insane. Like, who the fuck is gonna go to this
so much? And I'm like, dude, like I'm an adult with like, I mean, I'm not rich or anything, but like we're fine. And like you can't even afford to go to a fucking oh god, this sounds so boomer on me. But it's like you can't even afford to go to a concert. Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, it's not really boomer. It's just everything is expensive.
It's just so
everything is getting
expensive.
So expensive.
But again, what irks me the most is like the tickets face value were like what I would consider affordable, and then just like the scalpers. Honestly, it's the same shit happening with fucking Pokemon cards right now.
Yeah,
Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
I've had this like second resurgence in popularity again. Like this, like they had a huge one during COVID, and now they're getting like a second one right now because I don't even know what caused the second one. It just I woke up one day and it was like, wow, Prismatic Evolutions is going crazy. And like now even like the distributor of like specifically like Prismatic Evolution Pokemon cards are upping their prices. So like the retail price for Prismatic Evolutions have had to gone up because people are scalping it so hard. Like it's it's flashed available on Walmart a couple of times, like an Elite Trainer box, which typically go for like $40 to $50 retail price. And like they've went up a few times like overnight, like at 2 a.m. on like the Walmart app, being sold directly by the distributor, but it's like $120 for an ETB, which is keep in mind is only like 9 packs.
Like it's still fucked up.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. That's like Cole, I haven't even checked, and I'm about to, but I'm curious what the Final Fantasy Magic sets.
Oh yeah, those gotta be the pre-order. Like on eBay, you can buy a pre-order.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
tell me what that is. I'm gonna guess 200 for the one with the single collectors and like 8 normal packs.
Well, first I'm looking at the Final Fantasy X Commander booster is going for $120.
That's double its price.
Last sold March 12th. Yeah, double its price. The Final Fantasy booster bundle, is that what that is?
It's the gift bundle.
Gift bundle. Fuck, I put golf bungle. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, golf bungle. Sold items.
You just get a prompt that says question marks.
Cole, how much is it? Remind me again how much retail it was.
It was $90.
$90, $170 last sold today.
That's awesome.
Almost double.
And again, these are just the pre-orders. You're pretty much buying somebody's pre-order off of them.
Jeez.
I wonder how much like the starter set is, because that was like the only affordable thing from the set. It was $19.99. Final Fantasy starter deck. Yeah, and the starter set is going for $40.
So it looks like I'm not canceling anything. I guess I'm
not canceling any of that Final Fantasy stuff.
God. Oh, that's a lot of money. Fuck it. Oh.
Yeah. When in Rome.
Hey, imagine if you were able to justify to yourself getting one of the collector booster boxes.
Oh God. Oh, I bet it's like $800 right now.
I would imagine so. I would imagine it's probably close to that price.
That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
That reminds me, like, I know we've all have been experiencing this of like stuff getting more and more expensive, like especially like groceries or whatever. But like it didn't really I don't want to say it did really hit me, but like it was like probably January or so. I had to buy dog food. And when and I'm just buying dog food now for one dog, and it's like there's this very cheap brand that's still pretty good that was like always like $6, and it's a pretty big bag. And then it was like, I think it was like that for the entirety of like last year or whatever, but then it was like a week later, it went up to $10 within a week. It went up to from $6 to $10, and I just like it.
Well,
just
because RFK said it cured his arthritis.
You're right. But then not only that, I can't remember what other stuff, but like just so much stuff like food wise of like it's just doubled in price within like such a short amount of time, and I'm just, man, what the fuck is going on,
man? And God, I did not expect to have this conversation on this podcast.
But like
it was kind of inevitable this shit was going to happen anyways. Like after COVID, like corporations taking advantage of just like everybody in every sort of way.
But somebody's making it easier.
Sure, I agree with that. It was so funny to me, like just running for political office we're going to make groceries cheaper. It's like the president has no control over how much groceries are, but okay. But anyways, what's like, I literally could not afford to live if I was not married. Like my income alone could not, I don't know. I would still have to live at home, like on my income. I wouldn't be able to have a house if I wasn't married. Like it's just crazy to me that like that's kind of like there was a chart that came out and it was like, this is the minimum wage you need to make in every state to live by yourself. And Alabama's was like the second or third lowest on that list. And it was still like multiple dollars more than I make. And again, I'm not making mind-blowing money, but I make pretty good money at my job. And it was multiple dollars more than I make. And I'm like, Alabama doesn't have a lot of jobs like this. Like, where are these people working? Like, are you, like, it's so crazy. It's like, yeah, you can't afford to live on your own unless you make this much. Also, the only places that pay this much are the coal mines and Mercedes. Like, have fun. And it's like, what? I don't know. It's nuts. It's fucking crazy out there. I don't know. Not to turn into a total wife guy on this episode, but I have no idea what I would do without my wife because oh my God,
that's the norm now. Like people are living with their parents still. I am. Wenzel is. We can't do anything else because everything's fucked.
It's so crazy. Like
it doesn't help that the American culture, it's pretty much strictly an American thing. Kids have to move out at 18.
Yeah.
While the rest of the world is like, do it. You're here till you're ready, honey. But not with a Southern accent.
Yeah.
Again, that just makes total sense. I mean, I don't know, man. It's fucking insanely expensive out there. It's crazy.
It's an insane concept in general because like it's such a stupidly American thing, and it's such a stupid concept because for the most part, like Colt says, for the rest of the world, it's like kids stay at home until they can at least afford or are ready to move out, and then even then, like sometimes like certain cultures will even have their own parents move in. Like grandparents stuff move in with their parents because like the family can just all live together and like they're not like nobody's rich or anything. This is just something that's just done.
It just makes sense.
But then for some reason in America, the culture here is like once you turn 18, you're fit to go out into the world. Like that's it. Goodbye. Get out.
And let me tell you,
I could not have done that.
Let me tell you, I could not have moved out at 18 years old. I could not. I was so fucking stupid. I know like people like to think like if you're listening to this and you're younger, just know, even if you think you have it all together right now, and I'm including if you're older than 18, I'm saying if you're like even 22, 23, 24, you do not, I don't now, and I turned 30 this year. You do not have all this shit figured out yet. You just don't. The fact that we can literally tell an 18-year-old, which for all intents and purposes is a child, to leave home and like just figure it out is insane. Like that's just not the environment the world is anymore. Like that. And it's such an insane concept to me.
And the thing is too, is it never was. Like it never was because oh gosh, I had this thought in the middle of you talking and I was just like, it's like such a good segue into this conversation about that. I mean, it's like, so I've learned, and this is something that this isn't even new or anything, is that it actually is normal, like we said, to like, stay at home, get stuff figured out. But then also too, I'm finding out is that like for the most part, it's like you don't have shit figured out in your 20s, maybe not even in your 30s. But for the most part, your 20s, like you can take that leeway. Like you can use that time to figure things out, because there's no way you're going to have your whole fucking life figured out by 18. But
I'm pregnant at 17.
Colt's pregnant at 17. But for some reason, our schools, our education system has decided otherwise for some fucking reason, and they don't and because of that we have such a huge problem, and it's only gotten progressively worse. We're now, for the past since COVID, even before COVID, people are going back to live with their parents, and they are like staying there because it's just not possible anymore. Like the quote American dream doesn't exist. And not only that, it's like America and people have tried so hard to sell this American dream, especially for young adults and for children, and it doesn't exist. And for some reason, you still have articles or people talking like, why do you still live at home? Why did you move back into their parents? What's going on? It's like, you're not working hard enough. You're not hustling, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, none of this is sustainable. None of it is. This is insane.
It's crazy that like every other week I see like an op-ed piece that's like, oh, millennials are finally having to figure out how to grow up. Okay, the oldest millennials are literally like fucking 40. Like the oldest millennials are like middle-aged people now. Like I am the youngest a millennial can be, and I turned 30 years old in 9 months.
Yeah, like, it hurts to get older too, because when I think of the 80s, I'm thinking, oh, they're just 20 something. Still in my brain, for some reason, when I see someone born in the 80s, I think they're only 20. Because when I was a little kid, they were only 20.
Yeah,
but my brain just hasn't fucking progressed that time frame for some goddamn reason.
Dude, I'm the same way. My sister is 9 years older than me, and I still associate her as being like late 20s, early 30s, but she actually turns 40 next year.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude,
are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like it's fucking sickening. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
And that reminds me too of like Colt says about like people born in the 80s. Now, to be fair, my mind now having so many friends who were born in the 80s, every time I look at them, I'm like, I get really sad. I'm like, you guys are getting so old.
You're gonna die soon.
That's how I feel. And I'm like, no, they're not gonna die soon, but they're so fragile.
Dude, it's actually crazy though that like, so when I started hanging around like all the art house crowd people like Eli and Pat and all them,
you got the walker, you got the cane,
but
the
like
slip-on slippers.
So like they were younger than I am now, which is like mind-boggling to think about. Like when I started hanging out with Pat was like 27. No, 26.
I still think Pat.
Pat would have been 26.
27.
Exactly. I still think of Pat as like this guy in his like late 20s. I'm like,
he's 41.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's not right. Pat is in his mid 30s.
That's crazy.
And it's so fucking crazy to think about. But to go off your point a little bit about talking about not being able to afford anything. We went to get our taxes done yesterday, and very, very graciously, Riley and I had both received raises last year, which in turn, we actually owed taxes for the first time, which I was not stoked about.
Oof.
But it was so
I never
funny.
pay those.
I'm thinking about. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's being debited from my account next month.
Those are both jokes.
I've already paid my state tax. Leave me alone.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
It was so funny. Like our tax lady, who I love, she's done my taxes every year for the last 4 years. Pointed out to us. She was like, "Oh, y'all actually made this much more money in 2024 than you did in 2023," and it was like a staggering number. Where I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Are you serious? We made that much?" I was like, "It didn't feel like we made that much more money in 2024 than 2023." And it was not like a small number. It was like a fairly hefty amount. I'm like, "Huh? Where did that money go?" And then I was like, "How did we even live in 2023 without that money?" Like, that's mind-boggling.
That's the same thing my parents have run into, because they tell me about like how much they make and their taxes and stuff. And I remember the first time that like they started to make considerable more. And keep in mind, my dad is a disabled retired veteran, and my mom is an LPN, so they don't make much. But then together, it's knowing how much they make. It's just like, where the fuck was all this money?
Yeah, dude, it's nuts.
I'm like if they're making this much money, we should be doing fine, more than fine, but we're not. Like this. Now, speaking of taxes, real quick though, I wanted to say I also went to go get my taxes filed with the same lady that I've done with my taxes before, because I worked for a little bit in January last year before I was going back to school, and she immediately handed me back, and she was like, "You didn't make enough money to do anything, so we don't have to file your taxes." Because
sick.
So you don't have to pay taxes ever?
Just for that. Like it was just like, yay for the tax.
You shouldn't have said anything, because now the IRS is going to kick in your door and ask for $20.
Fuck.
Edit that out.
I'll never recover.
No, there is a minimum amount that you have to make.
Yeah, there's a minimum amount, and since it was like 2 weeks I worked in January before, or a week in January I worked, I don't have to pay anything, so.
Well, I mean, you technically did pay out of your paycheck.
I did. Yes, of course.
Yeah, but no, it was crazy. And like, what's crazy is like, I was looking at like mine and Riley's combined income, and I was thinking like, again, not to get cryptic or anything, but like, I know how much my dad was making when he died, and that was just in 2009. And like, my mom was like a daycare person, like at our house. She kept people's kids for way too little money on a daily basis. So I know exactly how much she made, and we make considerably more money than my parents did at that time. And it's just like, man, it don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now, granted, again, I say all that while also saying, like, I do realize also I'm coming from a place of privilege, because like I was able to buy a house in my mid-20s, which I realize a lot of people can't do. I saved my ass off, but I do realize that. And I also realize that we have two fairly new vehicles at this point. But so I say all of that with that caveat that it's not like, we're in squalor over here, but it is crazy. Just like, I saw that total number yesterday, and I was just like, God damn. I was like, if we made that much money when I was a kid, I was like, oh, we would have been rich. People thought I was rich anyways when I was a kid because I had two parents that liked each other. Like people were already like, man, Tanner, you're loaded. And I'm like, oh, and because we had a above ground swimming pool, everybody was like, man, Tanner, you're loaded. I'm like, man.
I mean, considering where we live,
exactly.
You were rich. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's what I was like, man, y'all don't, especially when I was like in high school, I was like, y'all, my mom makes like $90 a day. Like, I mean, she ain't making much money, dude.
God, yeah. But the lesson of this is it's okay to live at home, to not get married, to not have kids, and to take your time.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, nobody rushing you but you.
Yep. And the world's on fucking fire, so I don't know. Go crazy, I guess.
Yeah. Tylenol CEO.
What?
Who's the Tylenol CEO?
I think it was just named that's Jake Paul now.
Get him.
Okay.
That's a bit. I stole that from Meat Canyon on his newest video. He says, who's the Tylenol CEO? He throws a picture of him and he says, get him.
Speaking of crashing out and the world being on fire, I wanted to quickly talk about something recent that was crazy that now we've all seen.
Kanye's calling Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids names.
Yeah, that's what Wenzel was talking about.
That was it. Yep, you got it.
That was pretty crazy.
But thank you everybody for listening to this week's episode of
That was not what I was going to talk about quickly. The season 3 finale of Invincible. We finally got it. We finally got Invincible versus Conquest, and I know me and Colt have talked about it extensively between us. But Tanner, I want to know what your thoughts are.
Stand ready at my arrival, worm.
Stand ready for my
arrival. Stand worm for my ready arrival.
That's what I say to my penis when I jack off.
Hey, Cole, I'm so glad you got that in. I'm so glad.
Listen. You pull out your peckerwood and you see, and there's a shadow that like whoosh, just flies over your dick, and it's just like, stand ready for my arrival, worm.
And I just punch it, and then I break it.
and then your penis just starts bashing its head in. Because it's so big.
And then my girlfriend comes in and wearing a pink Iron Man suit.
Did you guys see that footage of Soups, the reactor guy?
Yes, you sent it to us.
I just can't stop thinking about how that scene where Oliver's about to get ripped in half. He's like,
no!
He was acting like he was a real civilian.
He was there. Soups was acting like he was getting ripped in half. He's like crying and shit. It was so okay. First of all, make your money. If you're not hurting anybody, I don't care. Make your money.
I still hate it.
But holy shit, is it like? First of all, just like the laziest form of as somebody that co-founded a podcast where we talk about nothing. Yeah. Talk about the laziest form of content where you're just watching something and reacting to it. Like, I just like no creativity at all. Whatever. Hey, whatever.
I'm not punching. It's pretty close to a podcast.
It's what's big, and it's pretty close. Yeah.
Could you imagine? Well, I guess that's what a watch along podcast is. But I don't know. I have thoughts. Anyways, I thought that was ridiculous. But no, the episode itself, easily the best episode of Invincible ever.
I agree.
Yeah. People were like, man, this was on par with the Mark and Nolan fight from season 1. I think this is way better. Like, not even. First of all, that's not even my favorite episode of the show prior to this point.
What was your favorite episode?
Oh man, I think I liked season 2's finale more.
Oh.
Than that. But like this season as a whole, though, I thought I know people clowned on the animation. Oh, this looks like they dragged a PNG and fly, blah, blah, blah. I know people have complained about that. I ignore all that shit. First of all, I am controversy proof now. Whenever people are bitching about stuff that just does not fucking matter, Colt, if you ever burp while I'm talking again,
I couldn't help it. I couldn't do it.
Cut your fucking toes off.
It made me mad. That made me mad.
But no, I thought this season started a little slow. I thought the first 2 episodes this season, I'm like, okay, let's pick it up. Pretty much once Adam, Eve, and Mark were like officially a thing, and then we also pretty much the Prison Break episode with Alan and Nolan. I'm like, okay, they got some sauce here. There's some sauce. And then I think every episode after that just got progressively better. The Powerplex episode I thought was great. I would also put that above the season 1 finale. The Invincible War episode from this season, episode 7, I thought was also better than the season 1 finale. And then the Mark versus Conquest was just absolutely insane. And I'll be honest, I wasn't so sure about the Jeffrey Dean Morgan voice in Conquest solely just because I didn't think he sounded old enough. Just based off like the couple of lines we got from him at the end of episode 7, I'm like, okay, well, he's a great actor. He's a great voice actor. So I'm not complaining. I just find that a weird casting choice. But then in the episode itself, especially when he's giving his speech, which was not in the comics, by the way, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, we thought that was crazy.
Yeah, like just to put, I'm so lonely. That is like one of the best like speech, like villain monologues I've ever heard. Like any animated, live action, film, television, whatever. It was so fucking good. Like him just talking about why he's named and people are scared of him and why he's like, holy shit.
He's a victim of his own success. Fuck.
Yeah. Which literally I turned around to Riley and I said, he's me. Same. But it was phenomenal. But then I like, Jeffrey Dean Morgan gave a phenomenal performance, and I was so stupid to ever even doubt that was not the correct
you
choice.
Were 100% because Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man, I've known ever since I've seen him kill Glenn that this dude's got the sauce, and I haven't even watched The Walking Dead fully. I've just seen clips of him getting his head shit in. It's good to see it reversed this time.
Well, I knew he had the sauce when he played Danny Duquette in Grey's Anatomy, brother. So listen, I've been on the Jeffrey Dean Morgan train for a long time.
Also, Supernatural.
Yeah, my mom loves him. But
Glenn finally got his revenge.
He did. Because in The Walking Dead, he smashes Glenn's head in.
And now he got to smash
his head in.
Yep. And it's another Image comic.
And
it's another Kirkman comic.
I wonder if they'll have another, because Negan was in Tekken 7. I wonder if it would be possible to add an Invincible character to Tekken 8, even though Omni-Man's already in Mortal Kombat.
I don't think so. It just doesn't seem fair.
I mean, Negan was just a human with a baseball bat in Tekken.
Yeah, there's nobody in Tekken that's like Superman.
AYCH?
He doesn't fly. He's not.
He literally started the apocalypse with fucking karate. What are you talking about?
It's a different kind of supernatural.
Also, there's Tekken.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's the Tekken. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Who remembers that?
God.
They showed a trailer for one of the worst reviewing games the next year. They came on stage to say Tekken and then show a game that reviewed horribly.
I saw where Hideo met up with Michelle Rodriguez. I'm thinking, like, is she going to be in Death Stranding 2 as well?
I hope not.
Dude, I'm convinced every person that Hideo Kojima has posted a picture with I'm going to say in the last 3 years, is probably going to be in that game. And I think Rocco.
God damn.
Colt, do it again. I think Rocco from Mega 64 is going to be in Death Stranding too.
Dude, that would be so good. Dude, I hope he is.
Yeah, I will pog so hard.
I should also mention Michelle Rodriguez is a voice actor for a lot of video games as well. So
not necessarily good at it.
Yeah, but listen, Kojima don't want your voice; he wants your face.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true because he's like Guillermo del Toro does not voice himself, and neither does Nicholas Winding Refn.
Does Del Toro really not voice himself in Death Stranding?
No. Nope.
That's awesome.
They get
that's
I don't remember who they got, but yeah, he doesn't voice himself.
Man, that's incredible. But that's so cool.
But going back to Invincible season 3, yeah, this final episode, like me and Colt said, just or like you've said, Tanner, but me and Colt talked about, it's just awesome. And I will say, like, even though I love the animation for Invincible, it is very clear that the best animation was put into this episode.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, there's no denying that.
What was funny though is now this was before this episode came out, and somebody posted their own fan animation of the conquest fight, and people talking about how I remember seeing so much conversation about how this is the most comic accurate, better than 90% of the animation in Invincible. And I've seen it. I'm like, guys, this is dog shit. This is fucking dog shit, dude. It looks so bad.
Like, I don't want to hate on somebody that worked on it because it's not the worst.
It's not them saying it.
It's just it's not on par with the actual animation.
Yeah,
it's not. And like when you look at them, they don't look good. And don't get me wrong, it's a rough animation, but people pulling this shit out of their ass that like, oh yeah, this is so much better. It's like, no, it's not. It's a rough animation because I think like towards the end there are frames and things missing because it's just a sketch at that point. I'm just like, let's calm the fuck down. Okay. And then what we get with the actual fight, it was just like, okay, now everybody seriously needs to shut the fuck up. Because this is incredible. Like you said, the voice acting also too, it was like, I've been holding this in, but we have gotten a key weakness revealed for the Viltrumites from this conquest fight. And that is when he admits that he's lonely, which shows that even though these Viltrumites are very militant, very like their culture is very militant, very what's another word? Strength-based society, they still crave affection, just like any being.
Which is I don't know if y'all have seen any of like the Kirkman quotes going around, but essentially what they're doing, because like in the comics, like up to this point and this isn't a spoiler or anything if you've watched any of the show, but like Viltrumites, like their whole deal is like no emotions. Like they're like fucking Jedi. Like you're not supposed to have affection, you're not supposed to have love, you're not supposed to have any of that. Whatever. And I found it interesting that Kirkman said in an interview that he is essentially treating the comic as a rough draft.
Yep.
And
dude,
he's pretty much writing the comic he wish he would have wrote with the show.
I saw that as well. And I'm just like, fuck everybody, because people talking about how, the comic is so much better, blah, blah, blah. It's like literally Kirkman and like even Autley, the show is what, like, it's them realizing the ideas they wish they had or refining them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily, I know he said that, but like personally, I view it as a abridged version, or it's too different from the source to say it's something else. Yeah. And personally, I think the comic's better of the stuff that we've gotten so far, but I also think it's not really a comparison of each other because they are so different.
Well, yeah, that's what we're saying is that they are very different. And I think that's really really cool. Because and we can't compare them because they are so different. So I hate it whenever people pull out those comparisons. I'm like from what I know and from what I've seen, I'm like they are just so drastically, I keep saying different. Take a shot every time I say fucking different. They're just so different that that you can't just be sitting here pulling out like all this like comparative shit when it just doesn't work, because even the creator himself is like states and admits it. So and I appreciate that. It's kind of like giving like a new life.
Colt, what'd you eat before the podcast?
What the fuck did you eat?
What'd you say?
Nothing but soda. My tummy hurts.
Okay.
A chicken.
Alive?
Yeah, it's clucking in there. I'm getting the clucks out.
Okay. Anyway, I do appreciate that as dark as Invincible is, it does feel like there's the theme of love is something that's going to be prevalent, and I am very excited and curious for how that develops. Also, too, another thing that wasn't in the comics was Damien Darkblood coming back, talking about conjuring somebody.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that is.
That's a new storyline.
And I'm like, is that a lead-in to some offshoot storyline? Or maybe that's how they introduce Spawn for his own show? I don't know. That would be so crazy.
I see a lot of people that just think he's summoning the devil and Invincible's going to have to fight actual Satan.
But see, that's the thing, is Damien Darkblood is talking to the devil.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And people are like, oh, well, Invincible, because he's going down this dark path. It's like, no, Invincible's not going to. I mean, it is dark, but I wouldn't say he has a blackened heart. He is still trying to do what's right, and he's still a good guy. Sorry that he feels like he needs to kill genocidal maniacs. I think we could all agree that, like,
this isn't you.
Like that deserve to die. I see that too. Did I talk about this on the other episode? No, I don't think I did. I talked about this cult though. How it annoys me and frustrates me that people compare this so much to a lot of people. Of course, a lot of the people that are the loudest, the people who have so much shit to throw and say, are the people who only absorb shonen anime or manga. So that's only thing they can compare it to. So they talk about how, oh, or even then, even like those like most mainstream superhero comics where, there's not much killing or anything, or there's a lot of like talking and friendship and stuff. It's just like, that's not what this shit is. And I feel like I talked about this before. It's not, I don't want to say it's grounded in realism, but it's reasonable in thinking that there are some people that are so evil, they deserve to die. Like, come on. Let's be realistic here. So yeah. Oh yeah, man. It was a crazy shit, man. Oliver getting all of his baby teeth knocked out. So and Oliver got stretched out a little bit, so he's growing. He's a growing boy.
Yup, he grew 3 to 7 inches, which is a lot.
And now he
also, weirdly enough, his intestines grew like 2 feet.
And his nipples.
What the fuck? Conquest.
Wow. Okay.
And then Conquest isn't dead. He's just underground.
Conquest is beaten face is just sitting there. It's like I also do appreciate that they're showing amends with Cecil and Invincible, but then at the same time he pulls this and it's just like, oh shit, we're about to go back like a few steps now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to say this one. I think Cecil could have let this one go.
I can see his point of view, but also
I was gonna say I was
not going to be destroyed by bombs.
I was gonna say I was like, he's gonna break out, but I do understand what Cecil's trying to do. And then one thing I also have seen people talk about is that that people who like the show also like how they depict Cecil, because they make Cecil more, you can understand him better than what he was. Yeah. So okay, Colt confirms it. People said that in the comics, you're kind of like against him. Like you think he's just an asshole or whatever. But then with the show, it's like you kind of now understand more his motives and everything. And that's also thanks to Walton Goggins, I think. But I appreciate that because I understand, but then at the same time, it's just like Conquest is too fucking strong. Just let's go.
Yeah.
Also, too, really cool that they took the dead Invincible corpses to make Reanimen. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh man, just so much stuff. Like I'm so excited for whatever comes next. But I told you guys I had a very important question to ask you in the show. So, and it was funny that Tanner brought up chalupas earlier, but I ate 2 chalupas before this podcast, and that got me thinking. I'm like, okay, if you were ever to meet a Viltrumite, right, and they were going to outright kill you, so you basically had to do what a Dragon Ball Super, basically, where you had to introduce them food. What top 3 human foods would you introduce them that you think would sway them into not obliterating the planet?
Colt or Wenzel, I had no idea where that fucking question was going because I feel like you said 7 different thoughts, and the fact that it wrapped together to actually make a coherent question blows my mind.
Just 3.
3
That's all I'm asking.
Foods.
Buldak ramen, not the super spicy, but I feel like that Buldak ramen get a little bit of the sweet, salty, not super hot, but
fucking insane first choice.
That's delicious. That's like one of my favorite foods that I don't eat
insane first choice
anymore because it's so bad for you.
I will say
that's an insane first choice.
My number 3 last option would be the chalupa from Taco Bell.
That's an insane option.
Fuck you. I think
chalupa is not nearly as insane as instant ramen.
It's not just it. Okay, you clearly don't know what Buldak is, but okay.
I have it in my house.
Then that is not just instant ramen. It's top tier shit.
It's top tier instant ramen.
Yeah,
I didn't know this question would be so divisive.
Chalupa is fast food from Taco Bell.
It's good. That's why I believe in it.
That's why I believe in the fucking Buldak.
But I
don't know why he's not onto your balls.
I'm saying the 3 foods I would introduce them to, in no particular order. McDonald's French fries, fresh McDonald's French fries. I'm introducing them to that. I'm also introducing them to, and this one may be a little controversial, ice cream cake.
You're getting killed.
No way. I don't agree with Cole. I think if you introduce them to strawberry shortcake ice cream cake, you might win over some.
I agree. And you know what? I'd let them choose the flavor, but ice cream cake would be my number 2. And my last food that I would introduce them to try to save humanity, and y'all, you just gotta listen. It's some mango habanero wings. Get that sweet, get that spicy. Colt, you said instant fucking ramen. Go fuck yourself. I want to hear your other 2.
Okay. Some classic caramel.
God.
I love caramel.
Caramel sucks! Get stuck in your teeth and shit!
You literally
they're gonna fucking kill you.
You had so much caramel at your house for Christmas. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Caramel doesn't suck. Caramel sucks as like, imagine meeting a new person and the second food you introduce them to is sticky fucking caramel.
That's my favorite candy.
By itself, just caramel?
I mean, it's like in a cube form. It's not just like
So yeah, the answer was yes. All right, what's your last one?
Bacon strips wrapped around cyanide pill.
Okay, no, you got to give me a real answer.
My real answer. I'm begging if he likes it, hell yeah. But if he doesn't, he possibly gets hurt.
You don't know that.
You can't say bacon wrapped cyanide pill as your 3rd food.
I can see what it does. I'm a scientist.
Okay. Colt's disqualified.
Wow,
I wanted
Colt.
real answer.
Wow, you gave 3 shitty answers.
My baby batter.
God damn.
You gave 4 shitty answers.
I might cry.
How about my shit? How about my poop?
You've given so many bad answers.
I'm so upset.
Wenzel, I want to hear yours. So you said chalupa was one of yours.
Taco Bell chalupa. That's my last choice. The reason why is because I don't know. It is fast food, so I don't know how they're gonna feel. But I have 70% confidence that they'll enjoy it.
Okay.
My second choice is a dessert, and it is New York style cheesecake.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
I think they're gonna like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, then fuck. And my number one choice is gosh, this is actually really a tough one for me.
Wow, I would have thought you would have had answers to your own prompt.
I only had 2. I didn't think of the third one fast enough because we've been talking so much.
Horse meat.
Shut the fuck up, Colt. I don't care about anything you say anymore.
Raccoon skin.
Yeah, whatever. Just know whatever you say can't be nearly as bad as any of Colt's answers.
Okay, you're just being Adolf Hitler right now.
If I could introduce a new person to any food, it'd be instant ramen and caramel. Get the fuck out of here.
It's not. Are you saying instant ramen's bad?
Saying that would be the first thing I introduce?
It would be the third thing.
Fuck it. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with like super expensive sushi, fucking super mega rare sirloin top Kobe beef, and let's just go with a bottle of champagne from 1803. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna beat you to death, Tanner.
That was a good rebuttal.
I'm gonna fucking fight you for real. First of all, that's not the prompt. It didn't have to be expensive or fancy. That's
what it sounds like from you.
It just needed to be. You heard my answers. I said McDonald's French fries.
He said ice cream cake.
And I said ice cream cake and fucking wings.
Nobody's fucking Queen Elizabeth like you.
Cole, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna break into your fucking house. I'm gonna shave your goddamn head.
Oh my god!
If you do that,
I'm shaving it to the skull, and then I'm taking a fucking hole puncher, and I'm punching holes in it, and I'm going to see what's going on in that fucking brain.
You shouldn't do that. You won't like what you find.
Okay, I have my answer, and it's kind of a tricky one, but you know what? With what Colt said, I'm going to settle on this because I think it's genuinely. I think it could bring some of us together, and I think it's the act of, but. What is in it as well is Korean barbecue.
Okay.
I think
I can accept that as an answer
because food culture, eating together.
But that's kind of cheating because it's multiple foods.
Okay, hear me out.
You said bacon wrapped cyanide pill.
Cyanide. Okay, you can fuck off.
Fine, just bacon strips.
Sure.
I'm not saying bacon. I'm not saying bacon. I'm saying begging. The dog treat.
The dog treat!
Yes.
That's somehow still not your worst answer.
That doesn't make sense. How is ramen worse than a dog treat?
I didn't say ramen was.
How is caramel worse than a... Are you saying you'd rather eat dog treats than caramel? Are you saying if you're for real
was trying to save humanity and they were like, show me your fucking Beerus comes down from the sky and it says, take me to your finest delicacies. And the things you're going to hand them are a fucking Werther's Original and goddamn fucking Bulldog Ramen.
If you watched fucking Dragon Ball Super anyways, Bulma gave him ramen and guess what? He loved it.
It wasn't instant!
It was instant. It was. And also not just ramen. It was a bunch of other random like bags of chips and whatnot too. Also on top of fancy stuff as well. I'll give you that. But also maybe these Viltrumites are baller swagged out bitches unlike you.
I wouldn't have said anything if you named any brand of chip. I wouldn't have, unless it was a stupid one.
Okay. I wouldn't have said anything. They don't have brands in the goddamn TV show because they have to pay for it.
No. First of all, we're not a TV show. You could have said brands. Second of all,
I said the chalupa.
Yeah, I would have respected a potato chip answer
I thought you were talking about something else.
Than ramen or caramel.
What? Wait,
no, what?
Colt just said.
I thought you were referring to Dragon Ball when I brought up the chips and that.
I'm calling the cops and they're coming to your house.
But that reminds me, I will also, so if we're talking strictly food, I will adjust my answer as well. I'm going to push New York to number 1, Chalupa number 2, and number 3, I'm going to put barbecue chips.
Oh, that's the worst answer.
Barbecue chip? No, it's not. Barbecue chips are a great answer.
Thank you, Tanner. Now you have made another enemy, Colt.
Just barbecue chips.
Let me just say this. First of all, if you're eating bulldog ramen and you're not doing the spicy stuff, it's a 6 at best because the other flavors of bulldog just aren't good.
All right, you got me. All right. Me mom's mince pie, some pea mash, and a big old banger. How about that? You want that?
Do you even know what a banger is?
It's a fucking sausage, you stupid twat.
I don't know what accent he's doing, but it weirdly feels racist.
But yeah, I mean, he got that at least, I guess.
Yeah, congratulations, Colt. You're fucking British.
God damn it.
No, I'm not.
Never compare me to those commies.
Yeah, I'm Irish, actually.
A dingle dingle durgan.
That's not Irish.
Look at me, I'm an Irish guy.
That's like Eric said.
If schedules hold, we'll actually have an Irish person on the podcast next week.
Yeah, Pat.
That's cheating.
Wrap this up, Wenzel. I'm getting hot.
Hot. Anybody
hot as in mad.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of the All You Can Hear podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, and YouTube. Leave us a rating, give us 5 stars, give us feedback, subscribe to us. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out. Follow us on Bluesky at aychpodcast.bsky.social. Follow us on TikTok at AYCH Podcast. Follow our Instagram, AYCH Podcast. Follow our twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear, where we have streamed in the past and we might stream in the future. And Instruction Booklet has streamed before, so all the VODs from past streams, instruction booklets as well, go up on our YouTube along with all of our episodes, All You Can Hear. And lastly, you can follow me, Wenzel, on Bluesky, World of Winsy, and Winsy Essentials. Yes, goddamn. And my link tree has links for everything, so check that out.
My name, Colt. Follow me on Bluesky at ColtD99. And you know what?
Stop.
No, I would kill the Viltrumite instantly because I'm that strong.
Oh my god.
Unlike you cowards. Oh, give him food. Oh, fuck off.
I've been Tanner.
I'll blow up your house.
You follow me on Bluesky. Tanner1495.bsky.social.